This first chapter will discuss the purpose of asset on-site visits. This chapter should take about 15 minutes to complete and will conclude with a short quiz. The on-site visit is an essential part of the accreditation process, whether it is initial accreditation or reaccreditation. Visits rely on peer review, and that's where volunteers come in. The visit is a 2-day snapshot of the school. The visit is also a fact-finding mission. The on-site visit team confirms that what happens on campus reflects what is written in the ACER and that it meets the asset standards. Things that are unique, innovative, and/or exceed the asset standards may be identified as a strength. Things that do not match or meet asset standards may be identified as a weakness. We'll talk about more of this later on in the module. The visit is not a consultation, and the visit is not a witch hunt. We'll talk about these in more depth later in the module. When you have time, check out Document 7, Guidelines for the On-Site Evaluation Teams. Each team has 3 or 4 critical roles that must be filled: the commission representative, the management volunteer, and the curriculum review specialist. The commission representative is an asset staff person. This is the asset person you've been in contact with and who organizes the visit. The CR, or commission representative, typically reviews Standard 7 and Standard 9, B and D. In most cases, volunteers come from other asset-accredited institutions. Some volunteers might also come from institutions accredited by a different agency, or a college or university, or from another professional association in the field. The management review specialist typically has managerial experience at a teaching site or a corporate location and reviews standards 1, 2, and 3. The curriculum review specialist typically has a combination of academic and practical experience in the field. Many curriculum volunteers are teachers, lead teachers, program or academic directors, and work at an asset-accredited school. These volunteers typically review standards 4, 5 and 6, 8, and 9, A and C. The number of curriculum review specialists on an asset visit team depends on the number of programs offered at a particular institution. Larger vocational institutions offering a variety of programs often have bigger teams. Conversely, institutions whose focus is teaching English only, for example, tend to have smaller teams. On selected vocational visits, there will be a completion and placement specialist who reviews Standard 9 only. If you are curious, ask the commission representative how big your team is. Details on what exactly volunteers do and how standards are evaluated will be discussed in more detail later in the module. So understandably, you may be wondering what you get out of volunteering for an asset visit. Volunteering on an asset visit is an excellent professional development opportunity for everyone involved. And as a peer review process, you are a peer and therefore necessary in the process. Volunteers on the team have the opportunity to meet other professionals in the field. This is a great way to share best practices and learn new ones and expand your professional network. Visits are also a great opportunity for experiential learning. By reviewing a peer institution, volunteers inevitably learn valuable hard and soft skills which you can apply back at work and add to your resume. Speaking of resumes, accreditation visits are a great resume builder. Remember, accreditation cannot happen without volunteers like you. Congratulations! You have completed Chapter 1, which focused on what asset visits are. Next step, complete and submit the Chapter 1 quiz found in the Learning module.